Did you know that more than 90% of traders are still losing money, blowing accounts, frustrated, and some are even on the verge of giving up? Every trader wants to be profitable and go buy the latest Lamborghini, live in a fancy mansion, or even buy the most beautiful Gucci or Louis Vuitton out there. No matter how much money you deposit into your account or how many courses you might have taken out there, still you are not becoming rich. As a matter of fact, you are actually becoming poor quicker. But if you ever come to think for a minute that maybe you are missing something here, I mean, think of it in this way. What's so special about the 10% of traders that are successful? What's up, guys? My name is Cletus, and today we are going to continue discussing the components that make a successful trader. And this is day 2 of our 3-day series on this topic. Alright, so without wasting much of your time, let us get rolling. We are going to discuss the second piece of the puzzle, which is risk management. Remember, yesterday we said that the first piece of the puzzle is a high win rate strategy, right? But it is not enough. A high win rate only is not enough. There are other pieces of the puzzle that you need in order to become successful. And I know what you might be saying. You might be saying that I only need a high win rate strategy, right? You don't need anything else, because think of it in this way. If you're having a strategy that is giving you, let's say, 90% win rate, then and you're saying, Cletus, then why the hell do I need other pieces of the puzzle? You are wrong, my guy. You are wrong, because it's not enough to make you successful in this business. There are other pieces of the puzzle that need to be in place in order for you to be successful. All right, so let us do a case study, right? Because maybe this might say it's too theoretical. Prove to me how I can have a high win rate only and without any other piece and still I won't be successful. So we want to take an example of you risking 100% of your account equity. In other words, you are risking all of your account every time you are taking a trade, and at the same time you are targeting to make 100% profit. Now, let's say your strategy has got a high win rate of about 90%, right? You open trades, and out of 10 trades, we can agree that with a win rate of 90%, we can safely say that 9 trades will be winners and 1 will be a loss, right? Now, remember we said that you have 100% risk in order to make 100% profit. Now, if you are starting with a $10 account, right, and you win the first 9 trades, what it means is the first time you are going to win $10, the second time you win $20, the third time you win $40. Because like I said, when you win $10, your balance is now 20. You risk all of it, you're going to make another 20, right? You are now on $40. You risk all of it, you make $40, and you're now on $80. You risk all of it, you end again and again, up until you make a profit of 2,560 on your what? On your 9th trade, right? Now, that's a $5,110 profit in the first 9 trades, giving you a total of 5,120 USD in equity by the time you take the 10th trade, right? Because it's 510 plus the $10 that you started with, right? Now, remember, you are risking, right, 100% of your account. So, what's then going to happen when you take the second trade, right? The 10th trade, not the second trade. Remember, you're risking 100% of your account, right? So it's very obvious that you are going to blow your account. Doom is going to befall you. Why? Because you're risking all of your account. So you are going to lose the accumulated profit together with the initial deposit, and you are going to deposit more funds again, and the cycle continues again and again and again. All right. Now, no matter how high win rate you experience with your strategy, right, don't neglect risk management. Please don't do that. I would say risk between 1 to 3% if you are still learning, right. That is a safe zone, right. At least maybe in my own opinion, maybe you have a different opinion, but I will tell you that is a safe zone. 1 to 3% of your whole account, right. 5 to 10%, yeah, it's a bit riskier if you are a bit more experienced, but it's still safe, right. But if you are doing 10% and above, my guy, you are digging your own grave, I tell you, right. Now, how exactly do you calculate this risk when taking your trades, right? Maybe you might be asking me, Cletus, how do I know that I'm risking 5% of my account? And I've developed a tool, it's on my website, right? It's a position size calculator that will help you how to calculate this risk. So we are going to go to moneydownloaders.com/position size calculator, and I will show you how I use this. Alright, so welcome to Money Downloaders Position Size Calculator, and it's specifically designed to calculate your position sizes on synthetic indices. Alright, so like I was saying, let's say your balance is $10. You just place your mouse here and you click, right, or you double click, and then you put 10, right, on percentage risk. You double click, or you just click, even a single click it will work, but for mobile devices you strictly have to double click. But if you're using your desktop, you can just click only once and it will work just fine. All right, now your percentage risk, let's say you want to use a 10% risk, and then if I press enter, right, it's going to automatically calculate my risk, right. For a 10% risk on $10, that's $1, right, risk. And let me say I want to use 10 pips on step index to tell me that my lot size that I should use if I am to risk 10 pips with a 10% risk, right, on a $10 account on step index. My lot size should be 0.01. Let's say if I just click here to display this drop down arrow, let's say I want to go for boom 500, you see that the lot size will change, right, because it's now a different index, right. And instead of 0.01, I'm now supposed to go for 0.1. Even if I'm to use, let's say, 100 pips, right, on my stop loss, I press enter, it's going to give me a lot size of 0.01. Let's say I want to use something like for at least 75 index, using let's say 1000 pips, right, on my stop loss. It will tell me that the lot size I'm supposed to go for is 0.01. So after we managed to calculate our risk using our position size calculator, we now need to develop a risk management plan. And I'm going to give you an example, right. It's not just enough for you to calculate the risk of, let's say you want to use 5%, you input your balance using our tool that I was just showing you, right, and then you say that's it, you now want to do that. No, you need to have a risk management plan. All right, so let's say you are risking 10%, you want to be a bit more aggressive, right, and you are risking 10% of your account balance, right, and you are targeting 20% in terms of profit. In other words, you are risking 10% in order to make 20%. So you are using a risk to reward ratio of 1:2, right? Now, with a 90% win rate, right? In other words, we are trying to say that the first 9 trades are going to give you 20% increase each time you hit a profit. A 20% increase each time you take a trade, right? You're going to get 20% profit if it is going to hit profit. Remember, we said that we can safely say that with a 90% win rate, right, we are saying 9 trades are winners and 1 trade is a loss, right? So let us do a case study here, right? And we say that we are again starting with 10 US as in our previous example, right? Your first trade will give you $2 profit, which is 20% of $10, and it is compounded to give you $12 in what? In account. Because after you make $2 plus your initial $10, you're now on $12. You make another 20%, you get $2 profit. You add it to $12, now $14.20, right? You get $2.88 profit. And if we are to get trade 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades, you will see that by the time we take the 9th trade, we're already on $42.96, and plus this $80.59 profit, we are going to get a $51.55 in account equity. But remember, this trade is now a loss, so we are going to subtract, instead of subtracting 20%, since you are risking 10%, it's now 10% of $51.55, which is $5.15, and your balance after you take all these 10 trades will be roughly $46. So you can see that yes, the growth is slow. As in our previous example, when you were risking 100%, the account grew very quickly to about $5,000 in just 10 trades. But you will find out you are risking blowing your account by using such high risks. With using very small risks like 10% on a $10 account, you can see that after 10 trades you can get maybe $40 or maybe $30, or I don't know how much money you would have made. Maybe sometimes you won't hit 90% win rate, you can get as low maybe as 70% win rate, such that instead of getting $46 profit, $46 in account equity, maybe you might end up with maybe $35 or $30. But you can see that at least you are growing slowly and you are not risking blowing your account, right? So it's safer doing it that way. You want to have slow but consistent growth. If you really liked this video and you are committed to become a successful trader, I've got a really great offer for you. I've put some time in my calendar to help you solve your problems and get your desired outcome. You can go ahead and book your seat by going to moneydownloaders.com/coaching.